like a festival. I mean, you can see loads of fantastic, yeah, definitely. You can see loads of fantastic work put on the website, or you find them on the social media, and then you gauge together and you congratulate each other.
Hello and welcome to the World Illustration Awards interviews with some of our winners from the World Illustration Awards 2024. And today we have Fang Han, who was our category winner for the animation category in 2024. And also she was the winner of our cross-category SAA award. So welcome, Fang. So you entered a project called The Tube for the World Illustration Awards 2024. Can you tell us more about why you decided to enter that particular project?
Well, that project is a short animation about a few dogs unexpectedly meeting on a tube. Well, at that moment, I was thinking about to develop a thought-provoking project combining some animation skills that I learned, and also to practice my visual storytelling skills and to reach a broader audience. Well, the idea actually came after a late night ride on the London Tube on Victorian Line, and the environmental sound and also the station announcements. That kind of environmental sound really hit me, and also the idea sparkled at that moment. So why not doing a project about the London Tube? As we all know that people living in London, we do love and hate the tube because of the vintage look, but also it's really important transportation system in London. Probably the earliest in the world, having a rich history of more than 160 years. So I think that would be a great idea to combine all the things that I want to express in the project, and also to do the experiments about how the sound can enhance the visual storytelling. So that's from that idea, I started to do research about his history and the graphic or the interior design of the London Tube system. And then after 2 months, the idea came to life. It was really a rewarding process that I learned a lot, like editing and animation skills. So I think it's worthwhile to bring that project into the World Illustration competition. And actually, this was my second time entering World Illustration Awards because a year after, I also got an animation shortlisted. I didn't make it into the final, but I still enjoy the process. So this year I entered it again, and so lucky I got it.
Well, it's a fantastic project and it's really inspired a lot of people and it obviously really stood out to our judges. And you also had the opportunity to sign up to the Society of Artists Agents cross-category award, which is an opportunity for you to have mentorship from an illustration agent, which I believe you've now started with a particular agent. So I think we'll be interviewing you in the next few months to ask you about how that experience has gone as well. Do you have anything you can tell us about it so far, or is it a bit too early to say?
It was really great. Well, I had the opportunity to choose the illustration agency from the list of SAA associations, and in the end, I chose Illustration X as my first agent because of its rich history and global reach. Recently, we've been doing the portfolio review, and they really gave me great advice on how to improve my portfolio and what kind of projects for my further practice, and really beneficial a lot.
That's fantastic. That's really good to hear that it's going really well so far, because it doesn't guarantee you agent representation, but it gives you an opportunity to work with an agent and get feedback on your portfolio, and you get that mentorship for 6 months to start off, and then at the end of it, they choose whether they'd like to offer you agent coverage or agent representation, which is fantastic. So yeah, you've told us a bit more about your winning project, and it was so interesting to hear the behind the scenes of how you created it, what inspired you. I'm sure many people are inspired by the London Tube. It's got, as you say, such a rich history, but I love the twist that you gave it with the dogs aspects. It's really cute, and I think anything with dogs is always very popular in illustration. Um, so you mentioned before that you were shortlisted in the previous year's award, and obviously this year you went through the process of being longlisted, then shortlisted, and then you found out you were a winner at the very end of the process. Can you tell us anything about what you enjoyed about being part of the longlist and the shortlist throughout the process up until the winner announcement as well?
Well, I really like the sense of community. I never had this experience before. Whenever I got the announcement of the short list or long list, it's like a festival. I mean, you can see loads of fantastic, yeah, definitely. You can see loads of fantastic work put on the website, or you find them on the social media, and then you gauge together and you congratulate each other. I mean, at that moment, you will. It's a great opportunity to see many talent work, and because in that way you can find the work that really catch your eye, then you can learn a lot from them. And also, if you put up your work there, you can see how your work fit into that category, and what you want to improve, and what you like about your work and what you don't. Also, during that process, you can have really great online activities. Like we have lots of activities like announcement nights, and also some online meetups. So I really enjoy that.
Yeah. We try to
Yeah.
offer as much as we can to the long list and the short list to help you promote the fact that you've got that far in the competition, to meet
Mm,
other illustrators. So we do host the online meetups for the short list. So I
mm,
love those ones because we get to hear about and you as the illustrators get to hear about each other's projects in more detail. We ask each of the illustrators to do a small presentation about their project and share more behind the scenes of how their projects are made. And it's a lovely way for you to meet other illustrators as well. And yeah, we're very active on the social media side of it when we're promoting the long list and the short list, and it's great that you feel there's a good sense of community when that happens. So reassuring to hear that it really does make a huge difference when you're coming into the competition as new talent, and the investment you made in that entry has led to so much for you and given you so much in return, particularly your confidence, but also that's great to hear that you're getting new clients and more connections with other illustrators. It's fantastic because you're also doing a takeover of our Instagram account today. So you're sharing some lovely posts on our grid about you and your illustration practice. So if anyone hasn't already seen it, they can check it out back on our grid over the course of today,
mm.
which is December, the 20th of December 2024. So one of the things that you would have received as a category winner of the World Illustration Awards is free AOI membership this year as well. And can you tell us anything about your favorite AOI resource that you've experienced this year, or that you've enjoyed the most?
Um, yeah, definitely. I've been a member for almost 3 years, and I've learned a lot useful information from that, such as the knowledge of the basic knowledge of licensing, royalty, and copyright, and also how to do self promotion. I learned a lot. In terms of my favorite, though, I think recently will be Insight Illustration. Well, that section brings more in-depth thoughts about different categories of illustration for people who want to do a new category. It doesn't only offer the basic knowledge of that category, and also bring lots of in-depth insights from professionals like the agencies and the art directors, and also many brilliant case study. So you can get the business part and also the artistic part into that category. So it's really helpful for me because recently I've been pushing myself to do more advertising work. So I really enjoy learning the content about how to do branding illustration. So it's really helped me a lot.
That's really good to hear, because yeah, that's been going for a couple of years now, the Inside Illustration courses, and they run every 6 months or so, I think, each season, and they have a different theme each time, and that's absolutely the idea, is that they give illustrators opportunities to explore a new area of illustration they may not have considered previously. So I think the most recent one was fashion illustration, and they've also, yeah, done advertising, editorial, publishing, book covers, all sorts of really interesting subcategories. There's the podcast as well as the interviews and case studies, as you say, and lots of amazing resources. We also had a site specific one which has a really in-depth resource on how to paint murals and things like that, and how to do site specific illustration. So yeah, absolutely, that's really good to hear. That's been something you've really enjoyed this year, and I think there's lots of exciting plans in 2025 for that series. But as a member, you're able to look back at all of the different seasons. They're all on the archive for the resources for members, because I think the branding one you mentioned was one of the very first ones that we did over a year ago. But that's great that you're still finding it relevant and useful. So that's really good to hear. Thank you.